Hi, so I'm Boris Baldassari. I work for Castalia Solutions, and I'm an expert on software engineering methods and tools. I do a lot of quality assessment, software quality assessment, and open data in general. CROSSMINER is a 3 years research project funded by the EU. And the goal of CROSSMINER really is to access the various tools you have on your software development process, like configuration management, issue tracking, mailing list, continuous integration system, configuration files, things like that, to mine them and to publish insightful dashboards and recommendations. One distinguishing characteristic of CROSSMINER is the intensive use of natural language processing techniques. So we analyze everything that is in a natural language, from comments on issues, message on commits, mailing lists, of course, forums, and so on. And we do sentiment analysis, polarity detection. So that's something that is really interesting and new, because not so many tools do that. You can know how the support of your project is conducted, if people are happy or angry with the support or with this issue, if people are at the beginning a bit angry and then they start being more joyful. So that gives really interesting insights on your project, on the projects that you want to choose. So we have two end users in our use cases. One of them is the developer or the manager of the Eclipse project, or the project, generally speaking. Because when you're working on a project, you don't necessarily know what is the feeling of your users or other committers and so on. And you cannot track every single source of data on your project either. You don't have the time for that usually. So it's really important as a manager of your project to know how you are doing with the code, because we have code smells also and things like that, or on the method, the support of your community. So that's one of our main use case. The second one is when you are looking for a new product to integrate, either to use in your context or to integrate in your project as a dependency or whatever. And what you want is being able to select a project that is actively maintained and that is sustainable, with a happy support and with good code and things like that. So you go to one of our dashboards, and then you can ask the dashboard to give you a series of alternatives or similar programs with, say, that type of license and with a good code base quality and with active support and where people are happy to ask questions and so on. So that is the second use case, helping people choose a good dependency or tool to reuse in their own program. Yeah, so that was a 3 years project, and we at the end of the project. End of this year is the end of the project. So right now we are consolidating everything and publishing the new instances targeted at different forges, including, of course, the Eclipse Forge. So my vision for the next year is people starting really using the dashboards that we provide and kind of switching a bit to different concerns. So right now, until now, you could have dashboards about the code quality and activity to some extent. But now, if people can have different insights about their project or others' projects, then they will start looking for sentiment analysis and, as an example, just focus on making their users happy, things like that. So my vision is that everybody involved in an Eclipse project or interested in using an Eclipse project, having immediately the idea of going to these dashboards and using this new insight for their choices and their management of the project.